Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age gracefully while others struggle with health problems? What if the secret to longevity isn't found in expensive supplements or complicated treatments, but in simple leaves that nature provides? Could ancient Zen masters have discovered something remarkable that modern science is only now beginning to understand? Today we're unveiling a powerful secret from Buddhist and Zen traditions, 7 extraordinary leaves that, when boiled and consumed, may hold the key to a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. For centuries, Buddhist monks and Zen practitioners have lived remarkably long lives, often surpassing 100 years while maintaining mental clarity and physical vitality. Their secret wasn't just meditation and mindfulness, it was also deeply connected to what they consumed. These ancient healers understood something profound. Nature provides everything we need for optimal health, and certain leaves possess extraordinary properties that can transform our well-being from the inside out. This isn't just folklore or wishful thinking. These 7 leaves have been used for generations in monasteries across Asia, passed down through sacred teachings and carefully preserved traditions. They represent a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern wellness, offering us a natural path to better health that doesn't require expensive interventions or complicated routines. It's about returning to simplicity, to the pure gifts that the earth provides, and understanding how to harness their incredible power. As we explore each of these 7 leaves together, prepare to discover not just their individual benefits, but how they work synergistically to create a complete system of health and longevity. Each leaf serves a unique purpose. Some cleanse and detoxify, others strengthen and fortify, while some calm and balance our internal systems. Together they form a comprehensive approach to wellness that addresses the body, mind, and spirit in harmony. We strongly encourage you to watch this entire video from beginning to end. Each leaf we discuss builds upon the previous one, creating a complete picture of how to prepare and use this ancient remedy effectively. You'll learn the specific benefits of each leaf, how to identify them, the proper way to boil and prepare them, and the ideal times to consume this powerful elixir. Missing even one segment means missing a crucial piece of this transformative puzzle. If you find value in what we're sharing today, please take a moment to click the like button and subscribe to our Wisdom Diaries channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that bridges ancient wisdom with modern living, bringing you practical, life-changing information that you won't find elsewhere. By subscribing, you become part of a growing community of individuals who are committed to natural health, longevity, and living with intention. You'll receive notifications about new discoveries, ancient remedies, and practical wisdom that can genuinely transform your daily life. This journey we're about to embark on together is more than just learning about leaves. It's about reclaiming control over your health using methods that have stood the test of time. It's about understanding that the path to longevity doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are also the simplest ones, hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to rediscover them. The Buddhist and Zen traditions teach us that true health comes from harmony with nature, and these 7 leaves embody that principle perfectly. They're not magic bullets, but rather gentle, consistent allies in your quest for a longer, healthier life. When used properly and regularly, they can support your body's natural healing processes, boost your immune system, enhance mental clarity, and promote the kind of deep cellular health that translates into years, even decades of vitality. Are you ready to unlock this ancient secret? Ready to discover which 7 leaves hold such remarkable power? Let's begin this transformative journey together, and by the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to start implementing this ancient Zen practice into your own life immediately. The path to longevity starts right now with the first of our 7 remarkable leaves. Leaf number 1, tea leaves, the sacred foundation of Zen enlightenment, historical use in Buddhist monasteries. Our journey begins with perhaps the most revered leaf in all of Buddhist tradition, the tea leaf. The connection between tea and Buddhism runs so deep that it's almost impossible to separate one from the other. Legend tells us that tea was discovered by Bodhidharma himself, the founder of Zen Buddhism, around 520 AD. According to sacred stories, Bodhidharma was meditating for 9 years facing a wall when he became drowsy. Frustrated with his inability to stay awake during meditation, he tore off his eyelids and threw them to the ground. Where they landed, the first tea plants sprouted, their leaves carrying the power to maintain wakefulness and mental clarity. Whether this legend is literal truth or symbolic teaching, what we know for certain is that tea became integral to monastic life throughout Asia. In Chinese Chan monasteries and Japanese Zen temples, tea ceremonies evolved into spiritual practices. Monks would gather before dawn meditation sessions to drink tea, using its gentle stimulation to maintain alertness during long hours of contemplation. The ritual of preparing and consuming tea became a meditation in itself, a practice of mindfulness, presence, and gratitude. The famous tea master Senno Rikyu, who studied Zen Buddhism extensively, established the Japanese tea ceremony as we know it today, built upon four principles: harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. These weren't just aesthetic choices. They reflected the Buddhist understanding that how we do anything is how we do everything. The simple act of drinking tea became a gateway to enlightenment. Spiritual and physical properties. In Buddhist philosophy, tea leaves represent the perfect balance between stimulation and calm, between the physical and spiritual realms. Monks discovered that tea possessed a unique quality. It sharpened the mind without agitating it, providing clarity without the jitters that other stimulants produced. This made it the ideal companion for meditation and spiritual practice. Tea contains a remarkable amino acid called L-theanine, which ancient monks recognized intuitively long before science could explain it. They noticed that tea drinking produced a state of calm alertness, exactly the mental condition needed for deep meditation. The monks understood that tea opened the mind's eye, allowing practitioners to see clearly into the nature of reality, while maintaining the peaceful composure necessary for insight. From a physical standpoint, Buddhist healers classified tea as having cooling yet energizing properties. It was believed to clear the channels through which chi or life force flows, promoting better circulation of energy throughout the body. Tea was prescribed to balance the elements within, particularly useful for those whose constitutions ran too hot or too sluggish. The slightly bitter taste was valued in traditional Buddhist medicine as purifying and detoxifying. Scientific backing and health benefits. Modern science has validated what Buddhist monks knew centuries ago. Tea leaves are extraordinary for human health and longevity. The research is overwhelming and continues to expand our understanding of tea's benefits. Tea, particularly green and white varieties which undergo minimal processing, contains powerful antioxidants called catechins, with EGCG epigallocate gallate being the most potent. These antioxidants combat free radicals in the body, reducing cellular damage and slowing the aging process at the molecular level. Studies have shown that regular tea consumption is associated with lower rates of heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. The L-theanine we mentioned earlier has been extensively studied. Research confirms it promotes alpha brainwave activity, the same brain state achieved during meditation. This creates a unique cognitive state, relaxed yet alert, calm yet focused. Combined with the natural caffeine in tea, L-theanine produces sustained mental clarity without the crash associated with coffee or energy drinks. Studies from populations with high tea consumption, particularly in Japan and China, show remarkable longevity statistics. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's blue zones where people routinely live past 100, tea consumption is a daily ritual. Research indicates that drinking 3 to 5 cups of green tea daily is associated with a 26% reduction in mortality from cardiovascular disease. Tea also supports cognitive function and may protect against neurodegenerative diseases. Multiple studies suggest that regular tea drinkers have better memory, attention, and overall brain health as they age. The combination of caffeine, L-theanine, and antioxidants appears to protect brain cells from damage and support neuroplasticity. Furthermore, tea supports metabolic health, helping regulate blood sugar levels and supporting healthy weight management. It enhances immune function, provides antimicrobial benefits, and supports bone health. The fluoride and catechins in tea even promote dental health, which is why traditional monks often had remarkably healthy teeth despite limited dental care. How to identify and source properly. Not all tea is created equal, and sourcing quality leaves makes an enormous difference in the benefits you'll receive. For this ancient Buddhist practice, we're focusing on true tea, Camellia sinensis, not herbal infusions. The best tea comes from high-altitude regions where plants grow slowly, developing concentrated beneficial compounds. Look for organic certification to avoid pesticides and chemicals that would contradict the purity of this practice. Chinese green teas like Longjing, Dragonwell, or Japanese varieties like sencha and matcha are excellent choices. White tea, the least processed variety, retains maximum antioxidants and carries a delicate sweet flavor. When purchasing, seek out whole leaf tea rather than tea bags, which often contain lower quality dust and fannings. Quality loose leaf tea should have a fresh, pleasant aroma, never musty or stale. The leaves should be whole or minimally broken, with vibrant color appropriate to the variety. Bright green for green tea, silvery white for white tea. If possible, source from reputable tea merchants who can trace their products to specific gardens and harvests. Spring harvest first flush typically produces the highest quality leaves with maximum beneficial compounds. Preparation method and dosage. The traditional Buddhist way of preparing tea is both an art and a meditation. Here's the proper method. Use pure filtered water, never distilled, as minerals enhance flavor and benefits. Heat water to the appropriate temperature, 160 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, 70 to 80 degrees Celsius for green and white teas, hotter for oolong and black varieties. Boiling water can destroy delicate compounds and create bitterness. Warm your teapot or cup with hot water first, then discard. Add approximately 1 teaspoon of loose leaf tea per cup. Pour the heated water over the leaves and allow to steep for 2–3 minutes for green tea, 4–5 minutes for white tea. The first infusion is sometimes discarded in traditional practice. This awakens the leaves and rinses away any impurities. Quality tea leaves can be infused multiple times, with each steeping revealing different flavor notes and properties. In monastery tradition, leaves might be steeped 3–5 times throughout the day. For longevity benefits, aim for 3–5 cups daily, spacing them throughout the day rather than consuming all at once. Best time to consume following Buddhist monastic tradition. The ideal times for tea consumption are early morning, upon rising and before meditation. This clears the mind and prepares you for the day. Mid-morning around 10 a.m. to maintain focus and clarity. Early afternoon between 2–3 p.m. when energy naturally dips. Avoid tea within 4–6 hours of bedtime, as even its gentle caffeine may disturb sleep for sensitive individuals. The monks also practiced mindful tea drinking, never rushed, always present, treating each cup as a small ceremony of gratitude. Contraindications and precautions. While tea is generally safe and beneficial, some precautions apply. Those sensitive to caffeine should limit consumption or choose lower caffeine white tea. Pregnant women should consult healthcare providers, as high tea consumption may affect iron absorption and fetal development. Tea can interfere with iron absorption, so avoid drinking it with iron-rich meals if you're anemic. Those on blood-thinning medications should consult doctors, as vitamin K in tea may interact with these drugs. Never use tea as a replacement for prescribed medications or medical treatment. While profoundly beneficial, it's a supportive practice, not a cure-all. Listen to your body. If tea causes jitters, stomach upset or sleep disturbance, reduce your intake. With these guidelines, tea leaves become your first step on this ancient path to longevity and wellness. Leaf number 2. Bodhi leaves. The sacred symbol of enlightenment. Historical use in Buddhist monasteries. The Bodhi leaf holds a position of unparalleled spiritual significance in Buddhism. This is the leaf from the very tree, Ficus religiosa, the sacred fig, under which Prince Siddhartha Gautama sat in deep meditation and attained enlightenment, becoming the Buddha over 200–500 years ago. That original Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India, became the most sacred site in Buddhism, and its leaves have been revered as holy objects ever since. Throughout Buddhist history, Bodhi trees have been planted at monasteries across Asia, from Sri Lanka to Thailand, from Tibet to Japan. The great Emperor Ashoka's daughter, Sanghamita, carried a cutting from the original Bodhi tree to Sri Lanka in 288 BCE, where it still grows today as the oldest verified tree in the world with a known planting date. This demonstrates the extraordinary reverence Buddhists have held for this tree and its leaves across millennia. In ancient monasteries, Bodhi leaves weren't just symbolic, they were practical medicine. Monks would carefully collect fallen leaves, dry them, and prepare them as medicinal infusions. The leaves were believed to carry the spiritual energy of enlightenment itself, and consuming them was thought to bring one closer to awakening. Medical texts from Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine systems both deeply intertwined with Buddhist practice, extensively documented the healing properties of Bodhi leaves. Monks would prepare Bodhi leaf tea during significant religious observances, particularly on Vesak, Buddha's birthday, and before intensive meditation retreats. The practice of consuming these leaves was seen as invoking the Buddha's blessing while simultaneously treating various physical ailments. Ancient Buddhist medical manuscripts describe Bodhi leaves as the leaf that calms the mind and purifies the blood. Spiritual and physical properties. In Buddhist tradition, the Bodhi leaf is considered the bridge between earthly existence and spiritual liberation. Its heart-like shape symbolizes compassion, while its distinctive pointed tip represents the sharp clarity of wisdom, the two essential qualities needed for enlightenment. Spiritually, Bodhi leaves are believed to enhance meditation, quiet mental chatter, and create the inner conditions necessary for profound insight. Monks reported that consuming Bodhi leaf preparations before meditation helped them achieve deeper states of concentration and mindfulness. The leaves were thought to clear energetic blockages, particularly in the heart and crown chakras, allowing spiritual energy to flow freely. The tree itself is called Ashvata in Sanskrit, meaning where horses rest, symbolizing a place of peace and respite. This quality transfers to its leaves. They provide rest for the restless mind, peace for the anxious spirit, and clarity for the confused consciousness. From a physical perspective, Buddhist and Ayurvedic healers classified Bodhi leaves as having cooling, purifying, and balancing properties. They were considered especially beneficial for reducing excess heat in the body, both literal inflammation and the metaphorical heat of anger, anxiety, and restlessness. The leaves were prescribed for those with overactive minds, disturbed sleep, and conditions related to excess stress and nervous tension. Scientific backing and health benefits. Modern scientific research has begun validating the traditional uses of Bodhi leaves, revealing a remarkable profile of bioactive compounds and health benefits that explain why monks treasured them for centuries. Bodhi leaves contain significant amounts of flavonoids, tannins, and phenolic compounds, powerful antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative damage. Research published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology has identified compounds in Bodhi leaves that demonstrate anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and neuroprotective properties. One of the most significant findings concerns cardiovascular health. Studies show that Bodhi leaf extracts can help regulate blood pressure, reduce harmful cholesterol levels, and improve overall heart function. The leaves contain compounds that act as natural ACE inhibitors, similar to certain blood pressure medications, but gentler and with fewer side effects. Given that heart disease remains the leading cause of death globally, this ancient remedy offers profound preventive potential. For blood sugar regulation, research indicates that Bodhi leaves may help manage diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Compounds in the leaves improve insulin sensitivity and help regulate glucose metabolism. A study in the Asian Pacific Journal of Tropical Medicine found that Bodhi leaf extract significantly reduced blood sugar levels in diabetic subjects. Neurological benefits are particularly fascinating. The leaves contain compounds that may protect brain cells from damage, reduce neuroinflammation, and support cognitive function. Some research suggests potential benefits for memory, learning, and protection against neurodegenerative diseases, validating the monk's belief that these leaves enhanced mental clarity and meditation. The antimicrobial properties of Bodhi leaves have been demonstrated against various bacteria and fungi. Traditional monks used Bodhi leaf preparations to treat infections, wounds, and skin conditions, practices now supported by laboratory research, showing effectiveness against common pathogens. Additionally, Bodhi leaves demonstrate hepatoprotective properties, meaning they protect and support liver health. The liver is crucial for detoxification, and maintaining its health is essential for longevity. Monks understood intuitively what science now confirms, that these leaves help the body cleanse itself from within. How to identify and source properly. The Bodhi tree, Ficus religiosa, is distinctive and relatively easy to identify. Its leaves are heart-shaped with a characteristic elongated drip-tip point that can extend several inches. The leaves are typically 4–7 inches long and wide, with a beautiful symmetrical form. Fresh leaves are bright green with visible veining, while dried leaves take on a golden brown color. The tree has smooth, light grey bark and often develops aerial roots. In warm climates, you may find Bodhi trees growing in botanical gardens, temple grounds, or as ornamental trees in parks. The trees are considered sacred wherever Buddhism has influenced culture, so they're often found near meditation centers and Buddhist communities. For sourcing, fresh Bodhi leaves can be collected from trees if you have local accessways, asking permission if the tree is on private or sacred property, and taking only what you need with gratitude. Ensure the tree hasn't been treated with pesticides or other chemicals. Dried Bodhi leaves can be purchased from reputable herbal suppliers, particularly those specializing in Ayurvedic or traditional Asian herbs. Look for organic certification when possible. The dried leaves should be whole or minimally broken, with a pleasant, slightly sweet aroma, neither musty or moldy. Some Buddhist temples and monasteries sell blessed Bodhi leaves from their own sacred trees. While these may carry additional spiritual significance for practitioners, any properly identified Bodhi leaves will provide the health benefits we're discussing. Online sources like traditional medicine suppliers, Ayurvedic herb shops, and specialized Buddhist supply stores often carry dried Bodhi leaves. Verify the botanical name, Ficus religiosa, to ensure you're getting authentic leaves, not substitutes. Preparation method and dosage. The traditional Buddhist method for preparing Bodhi leaf tea is both simple and sacred. Begin with 3-5 dried Bodhi leaves or 5-7 fresh leaves per cup of water. If using fresh leaves, wash them thoroughly under clean water. For dried leaves, briefly inspect them for any debris. Bring pure, filtered water to a boil, then reduce to a gentle simmer. Add the Bodhi leaves and allow them to simmer for 10-15 minutes. The water will take on a golden amber color and a subtle, slightly sweet aroma. Some traditions simmer for up to 20 minutes for a stronger medicinal preparation. Strain the leaves and allow the tea to cool to a comfortable drinking temperature. The taste is mild, slightly astringent, with subtle earthy and sweet notes. Some practitioners add a small amount of honey, but traditional preparation is plain. For dried leaves being stored, they can also be prepared as a cold infusion. Place leaves in room temperature water and allow to steep for 4-6 hours or overnight, then strain. This method preserves certain heat-sensitive compounds. The traditional dosage is 1 cup, 1-2 times daily. For specific therapeutic purposes, monks sometimes consumed up to 3 cups daily, but it's wise to begin with less and observe how your body responds. Bodhi leaves can also be powdered and added to smoothies or other preparations, though the traditional tea method is considered most effective for both spiritual and physical benefits. Best time to consume following monastic tradition. The optimal times for Bodhi leaf tea are morning 30-60 minutes before meditation or spiritual practice. This prepares the mind and opens awareness. The calming yet clarifying properties create ideal conditions for contemplation. Evening 1-2 hours before sleep. Unlike stimulating tea leaves, Bodhi leaf tea promotes relaxation and can support restful sleep. Monks often drank it before evening meditation sessions. During times of stress or mental agitation, whenever you feel overwhelmed, anxious or mentally scattered, Bodhi leaf tea can help restore equilibrium. It's particularly valuable during challenging life transitions or periods of intensive mental work. Some practitioners observe a weekly practice, consuming Bodhi leaf tea on the same day each week as a spiritual discipline, often choosing a day significant to their practice. The preparation itself should be done mindfully, treating it as a small ritual rather than a rushed task. This mindfulness enhances both the spiritual and physiological benefits. Contraindications and precautions. While Bodhi leaves are generally safe for most people, certain precautions should be observed. Pregnant and nursing women should consult healthcare providers before consuming Bodhi leaf preparations, as comprehensive safety data for these populations is limited. Traditional use suggests safety, but modern medical guidance is prudent. Those on blood pressure medications should monitor their levels when beginning Bodhi leaf tea, as it may enhance the effects of these medications, potentially causing blood pressure to drop too low. Medical supervision is advisable. Similarly, people with diabetes who are on medication should monitor blood sugar levels carefully as Bodhi leaves may enhance the glucose-lowering effects of diabetic medications. Individuals with low blood pressure should use caution, starting with small amounts to assess their response. If dizziness or weakness occurs, discontinue use. As with any botanical preparation, allergic reactions are possible though rare. Start with a small amount to test your tolerance. Discontinue if you experience itching, rash, or digestive upset. Bodhi leaves should not replace prescribed medications or medical treatment. They are a complementary practice for wellness and prevention, not a substitute for professional medical care when needed. Quality and proper identification are crucial. Only use leaves you're certain are from Ficus religiosa. Other fig species may not have the same properties and could potentially cause adverse effects. With proper respect and mindful use, Bodhi leaves offer a profound connection to Buddhist tradition while providing tangible benefits for body and mind on your journey toward longevity and wellness. Leaf number 3, Holy Basil or Tulsi, the incomparable one. Historical use in Buddhist monasteries. Holy Basil, known as Tulsi in Sanskrit, meaning the incomparable one, has been inseparable from spiritual practice across Asia for over 50 years. While more commonly associated with Hinduism, Tulsi has been equally revered in Buddhist monasteries, particularly in India, Nepal, Tibet, and Thailand, where Buddhist and Hindu healing traditions intermingled and enriched each other. In ancient Buddhist healing centers and monasteries, Tulsi plants were cultivated in sacred gardens alongside medicinal herbs. The plant was considered so holy that it was often grown in the monastery courtyard, where monks would pass it daily, its aromatic leaves releasing their essence into the air, purifying the environment and uplifting the spirits of all who encountered it. Buddhist Ayurvedic physicians who served in monasteries across the Indian subcontinent prescribed Tulsi for countless ailments. Ancient texts like the Karaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita, studied extensively by Buddhist medical practitioners, devoted entire sections to Tulsi's properties and applications. The leaves were prepared as teas, poultices, and ceremonial offerings, bridging the physical and spiritual realms. Tibetan Buddhist monks incorporated Tulsi into their traditional medicine system, recognizing its ability to balance the body's energies while supporting mental clarity necessary for advanced meditation practices. In Thai forest monasteries, monks would begin each day by chewing fresh Tulsi leaves, believing this practice fortified their immune systems against the tropical diseases prevalent in jungle environments. The practice of consuming Tulsi wasn't merely medicinal, it was devotional. Monks understood that by taking this sacred plant into their bodies, they were integrating its divine qualities: adaptability, resilience, purity, and protective strength. Spiritual and physical properties. In Buddhist philosophy, Tulsi represents the embodiment of divine protection and spiritual fortification. The plant is considered a manifestation of compassion in botanical form, selflessly offering its healing properties to all beings without discrimination. Spiritually, Tulsi is believed to purify the aura, protect against negative energies, and create a shield around practitioners that allows them to maintain equanimity in challenging circumstances. Monks reported that regular consumption of Tulsi enhanced their ability to remain centered during difficult meditation sessions and helped them maintain compassion even in the face of adversity. The plant's energy is considered both grounding and elevating. It anchors practitioners in their bodies while simultaneously opening the higher chakras, particularly the heart and throat chakras. This makes it ideal for practices involving loving-kindness meditation and the cultivation of compassionate speech. From a physical perspective, ancient Buddhist healers classified Tulsi as a supreme balancer, neither too heating nor too cooling, capable of adjusting to what the body needs. It was prescribed for nearly every conceivable ailment, earning it the title Queen of Herbs in traditional medicine systems. Tulsi was understood to strengthen the life force prana or chi, enhance digestive fire without creating excess heat, protect the respiratory system, purify the blood, and fortify the nervous system against stress. Its adaptogenic properties, though not named as such in ancient times, were intuitively recognized by healers who observed that Tulsi helped the body adapt to whatever challenges it faced. Scientific backing and health benefits. Modern science has revealed that Tulsi is one of nature's most potent adaptogen substances that help the body adapt to stress and maintain homeostasis. Research has validated virtually every traditional use of this remarkable plant. Tulsi contains an impressive array of bioactive compounds including eugenol, ursolic acid, rosmarinic acid, and various flavonoids. These compounds work synergistically to provide multiple health benefits that directly support longevity. One of Tulsi's most significant properties is stress reduction. Multiple clinical studies have demonstrated that Tulsi effectively reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone that, when chronically elevated, accelerates aging and contributes to numerous diseases. A study published in Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine found that participants taking Tulsi extract experienced significant reductions in stress, anxiety, and depression symptoms. For immune function, Tulsi is exceptional. Research shows it enhances immune cell activity, increases antibody production, and provides broad-spectrum antimicrobial effects against bacteria, viruses, and fungi. During the COVID-19 pandemic, several studies explored Tulsi's potential as an adjunct therapy due to its immune-boosting and anti-inflammatory properties. Cardiovascular benefits are substantial. Studies indicate that Tulsi helps reduce blood pressure, lower cholesterol levels, and protect the heart from oxidative stress. The eugenol in Tulsi acts similarly to aspirin in preventing blood clots, potentially reducing heart attack and stroke risk. For metabolic health, research demonstrates that Tulsi helps regulate blood sugar levels and improves insulin sensitivity. A study in the Journal of Clinical Pharmacy and Therapeutics found that Tulsi significantly reduced fasting blood sugar in diabetic patients. Tulsi's anti-inflammatory properties are profound. Chronic inflammation underlies most age-related diseases, and Tulsi's ability to reduce inflammatory markers throughout the body contributes directly to longevity. The ursolic acid in Tulsi has been shown to inhibit inflammatory pathways at the cellular level. Cognitive benefits include improved memory, enhanced focus, and protection against age-related cognitive decline. Animal studies suggest Tulsi may protect against neurodegenerative diseases by reducing brain inflammation and oxidative stress. Additionally, Tulsi supports respiratory health, particularly valuable in our modern world of air pollution. It helps clear airways, reduces bronchial inflammation, and protects lung tissue from environmental toxins. How to identify and source properly? There are three main varieties of Tulsi, all beneficial: Rama Tulsi, green leaves; Krishna Tulsi, purple leaves; and Vana Tulsi, wild forest variety. Each has a slightly different chemical profile, but all provide excellent health benefits. Tulsi is part of the mint family and shares the characteristic square stem and aromatic leaves. The leaves are oval with slightly serrated edges, growing in opposite pairs along the stem. Fresh leaves have a strong, pleasant aromaspecie, clove-like, with hints of mint and anise. The flavor is complex, peppery, slightly bitter, warming, and aromatic. For sourcing, Tulsi is remarkably easy to grow. If you have access to outdoor space or even a sunny windowsill, growing your own Tulsi plant ensures the freshest, most potent leaves. Seeds and starter plants are widely available from garden centers and online suppliers. The plant thrives in warm weather and requires minimal care, just regular watering and plenty of sunlight. For dried Tulsi, seek organic certified sources from reputable herbal suppliers. Quality dried Tulsi should retain its green or purple color, depending on variety, and maintain a strong aromatic scent. Avoid leaves that appear brown, have lost their fragrance, or seem dusty. Indian grocery stores and Ayurvedic suppliers often carry high-quality Tulsi, sometimes labeled as holy basil in English. Many online retailers, specializing in adaptogenic herbs, stock premium Tulsi from organic farms. When purchasing, look for whole leaves rather than powder. Initially, whole leaves maintain potency longer and allow you to verify quality. The leaves should be organically grown, as Tulsi is known to absorb toxins from soil, making organic certification particularly important. Preparation method and dosage. The traditional method for preparing Tulsi tea is wonderfully simple. For fresh leaves, use 10–12 leaves per cup of water. Gently wash the leaves, then tear or bruise them slightly to release their essential oils. For dried leaves, use 1–2 teaspoons per cup. Bring pure water to a boil, then pour over the tulsi leaves. Cover and steep for 5–10 minutes. The longer steeping time allows the beneficial compounds to fully extract. The resulting tea will be golden green with a deeply aromatic, slightly spicy fragrance. Strain and drink while warm. Tulsi tea is delicious on its own, but you can add honey, lemon, or ginger for variation. Some traditions add a pinch of cardamom or cinnamon, creating a warming, digestive-supporting blend. For maximum benefit, consume the tea mindfully, taking time to inhale the aromatic steam before drinking. This allows the volatile essential oils to benefit your respiratory system and calm your nervous system even before you take the first sip. Traditional dosage is 1–3 cups daily. Many practitioners drink 1 cup in the morning for immune support and mental clarity, and another in the evening to reduce accumulated stress. Unlike caffeinated teas, tulsi can be consumed any time without disturbing sleep. In fact, it often promotes better sleep quality. Fresh leaves can also be chewed directly, as monks traditionally did. 2–3 leaves chewed slowly on an empty stomach provides quick absorption of beneficial compounds. For therapeutic purposes, some practitioners take tulsi in supplement form, capsules or tinctures, but the traditional tea preparation is considered most aligned with Buddhist practice and provides the full sensory mindful experience. Best time to consume following traditional Buddhist and Ayurvedic wisdom. Optimal times for tulsi consumption are early morning upon waking, ideally on an empty stomach. This jumpstarts immune function, clears morning mental fog, and sets a protective tone for the day ahead. Monks traditionally consumed tulsi before morning prayers and meditation. Mid-afternoon, around 3–4 p.m. This is when energy and focus often wane. Tulsi provides a gentle lift without caffeine, helping maintain productivity and mental clarity through the afternoon. Evening, but not too late, tulsi before dinner can support digestion and help process the day's accumulated stress. However, because it's mildly stimulating for some people, avoid consuming within 2 hours of bedtime if you're sensitive. During times of stress or when feeling illness coming on, tulsi's adaptogenic and immune-boosting properties work best when taken at the first sign of stress or sickness. Keep tulsi tea readily available during cold and flu season. The preparation ritual itself can be a meditative practice. Taking time to mindfully prepare and consume tulsi tea transforms it from mere consumption into a spiritual practice that nourishes body, mind, and spirit simultaneously. Contraindications and precautions. While tulsi is remarkably safe for most people, certain considerations apply. Pregnant women should avoid tulsi, particularly in the first trimester, as traditional medicine suggests it may stimulate uterine contractions. This precaution, while based on traditional knowledge rather than modern studies, should be respected. Those trying to conceive should also use caution, as some animal studies suggest very high doses might affect fertility, though human evidence is lacking. Tulsi has mild blood-thinning properties, so those on anticoagulant medications, warfarin, aspirin, etc., should consult their healthcare provider before regular use. If you're scheduled for surgery, discontinue tulsi at least 2 weeks prior. Because tulsi can lower blood sugar, diabetics on medication should monitor their levels carefully when beginning tulsi supplementation, as it may enhance medication effects. Those with hypothyroidism should use tulsi cautiously, as some sources suggest it might slow thyroid function, though evidence is limited. Monitor thyroid levels if using long-term. Tulsi is generally very well tolerated, but some people may experience mild digestive upset when first beginning. Start with 1 cup daily and increase gradually. The essential oil of tulsi is highly concentrated and should never be consumed internally without professional guidance. We're discussing the whole leaf preparation only. As always, tulsi should complement, not replace, conventional medical treatment. It's a powerful ally for prevention and wellness, but serious medical conditions require professional care. With mindful, respectful use, tulsi becomes a daily companion on your journey toward longevity, a plant ally that protects, strengthens and balances as you walk the path of wellness and wisdom. Leaf number 4. Lotus leaves, the symbol of purity rising from mud. Historical use in Buddhist monasteries. The lotus flower and its leaves hold supreme symbolic and practical significance in Buddhism. No plant is more deeply associated with Buddhist philosophy and practice than the sacred lotus, Nelumbo nucifera. The Buddha himself is often depicted sitting upon a lotus throne, and countless teachings use the lotus as a metaphor for spiritual awakening rising pure and beautiful from the muddy waters of suffering and ignorance. But the lotus wasn't merely symbolic in monastery life, it was intensively used as medicine and food. Ancient Buddhist monasteries throughout Asia, from India to China, Japan to Thailand, cultivated lotus ponds not just for their spiritual significance, but as living pharmacies and food sources. Chinese Buddhist monks have used lotus leaves medicinally for over 20 years. The great Buddhist medical texts, including those preserved in Tibetan and Chinese traditions, devoted extensive sections to lotus leaf preparations. Every part of the lotus plant was used: flowers, seeds, roots, and leaves, but the leaves held particular importance for daily health maintenance. In traditional monastery life, particularly in China and Vietnam, lotus leaves served multiple functions. Fresh leaves were used to wrap rice and other foods for steaming, infusing meals with beneficial compounds and a subtle, pleasant flavor. Dried leaves were prepared as tea, consumed daily by monks for its cooling, purifying properties. The famous Buddhist pilgrims who traveled the Silk Road carried dried lotus leaves as medicine, using them to treat digestive complaints, fever, and bleeding during their arduous journeys. Lotus leaf tea was considered essential provision for long meditation retreats, helping practitioners maintain physical health while pursuing spiritual goals. Vietnamese Buddhist monasteries developed particularly sophisticated lotus leaf preparations. Monks would harvest leaves at dawn, carefully drying them to preserve maximum potency, creating teas believed to calm the mind, clear excess heat, and support longevity. Spiritual and physical properties. The lotus leaf embodies one of Buddhism's most profound teachings, the possibility of remaining pure despite being surrounded by impurity. Just as the lotus leaf repels water and mud, rising clean from murky ponds, practitioners aspire to remain unattached to worldly suffering and delusion. Spiritually, lotus leaves are believed to purify the mind and body, creating clarity that allows insight to arise. Monks consumed lotus leaf preparations before intensive meditation sessions, believing they helped establish the mental purity necessary for deep practice. The leaves were thought to clear energetic channels, particularly those related to the heart chakra, opening practitioners to compassion and loving kindness. The lotus leaf's remarkable hydrophobic properties, ability to remain dry even when surrounded by water, symbolizes the Buddhist ideal of being in the world but not of it. This quality was seen as transferring to those who consumed it, helping them maintain equanimity and clarity amidst life's challenges. From a physical perspective, traditional Buddhist and Chinese medicine classified lotus leaves as having cool, light energy that rises upward in the body. This made them ideal for clearing excess heat conditions, inflammation, fever, agitation, and various inflammatory conditions we now recognize as chronic disease precursors. Lotus leaves were prescribed specifically for digestive health, cardiovascular support, and what traditional medicine called dampness conditions we might now describe as fluid retention, sluggish metabolism, and toxic accumulation. The leaves were considered especially beneficial for those with rich diets, helping the body process fats and prevent accumulation. Buddhist healers understood lotus leaves as protective, shielding the body from external pathogens while supporting internal cleansing. The leaves were given to travelers, those exposed to epidemics, and anyone whose lifestyle might compromise their health. Scientific backing and health benefits. Modern scientific research has revealed that lotus leaves contain an extraordinary array of bioactive compounds that validate their traditional uses and reveal why they contribute to longevity. Lotus leaves are rich in alkaloids, particularly nuciferine, flavonoids, tannins, and various other polyphenols. These compounds work synergistically to provide remarkable health benefits. One of the most significant discoveries concerns weight management and metabolic health. Multiple studies have shown that lotus leaf extract can help prevent fat absorption, increase fat metabolism, and support healthy weight maintenance. The compound nuciferine has been found to affect dopamine receptors in ways that may reduce food cravings and compulsive eating behaviors. Research published in the American Journal of Chinese Medicine demonstrated that lotus leaf extract significantly reduced body weight and improved lipid profiles in obese subjects. For cardiovascular health, lotus leaves offer substantial benefits. Studies show they help lower LDL cholesterol and triglycerides while raising beneficial HDL cholesterol. The leaves contain compounds that prevent cholesterol oxidation, a crucial factor in atherosclerosis development. Research indicates that regular lotus leaf consumption can help maintain healthy blood pressure and protect blood vessel walls from damage. Antioxidant properties are exceptional. Lotus leaves demonstrate stronger antioxidant activity than many well-known antioxidant-rich foods. These antioxidants neutralize free radicals, protecting cells from oxidative damage that accelerates aging and disease development. For blood sugar regulation, research shows lotus leaf extract improves insulin sensitivity and helps regulate glucose metabolism. Studies have demonstrated its potential as a complementary approach for managing type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Liver protection is another validated benefit. The liver is our primary detoxification organ, and maintaining its health is crucial for longevity. Lotus leaf compounds have been shown to protect liver cells from damage, support detoxification processes, and even help reverse fatty liver disease. Anti-inflammatory effects are well documented. Chronic inflammation underlies virtually all age-related diseases, and lotus leaves contain multiple compounds that reduce inflammatory markers throughout the body. This anti-inflammatory action contributes significantly to disease prevention and longevity. Cognitive benefits are emerging in research. Some studies suggest lotus leaf compounds may protect brain cells from damage, support healthy neurotransmitter levels, and potentially reduce risk of cognitive decline. The traditional use for mental clarity appears to have biological basis. Additionally, lotus leaves demonstrate antimicrobial properties against various pathogens, support healthy skin, and may even have anti-cancer properties, though research in this area is preliminary. How to identify and source? Properly, lotus leaves are large, round, and distinctive, often 1–2 feet in diameter, with a central stem attachment point. Fresh leaves are vibrant green, with a waxy, water-repellent coating. The leaves have a unique texture and a subtle, pleasant aroma, slightly sweet and earthy. If you live near natural lotus ponds or water gardens, fresh leaves can be harvested during summer months, June through September in most climates. Only harvest from clean water sources, never from polluted ponds or areas treated with chemicals. Take only what you need, cutting leaves cleanly at the stem junction, and offer thanks for what nature provides. However, most practitioners will use dried lotus leaves, which are widely available and convenient. Quality dried lotus leaves should retain a green color, though they'll be darker than fresh leaves. They should have a subtle, pleasant aroma and be free from mold, discoloration, or musty odors. Asian grocery stores, particularly Chinese and Vietnamese markets, commonly stock dried lotus leaves. They're often sold in packets, sometimes whole leaves, sometimes cut into smaller pieces. Look for organic certification when possible, as lotus plants can absorb pollutants from water. Online retailers specializing in Chinese herbs and teas offer high-quality lotus leaves. Reputable traditional Chinese medicine suppliers ensure proper harvesting, drying, and storage. Some specialty tea shops carry lotus leaf tea, sometimes blended with other complementary herbs. When purchasing, avoid lotus leaves that appear brown, brittle, or have lost their characteristic aroma. Quality matters significantly. Poorly stored or old leaves lose therapeutic potency. Preparation method and dosage. The traditional Buddhist method for preparing lotus leaf tea is straightforward but should be done with care and mindfulness. For dried lotus leaves, use approximately 5–10 grams, about 2–3 tablespoons of cut leaves or 1 large whole leaf broken into pieces per liter of water. For a single cup, use about 1–2 teaspoons of cut dried leaf. Rinse the dried leaves briefly under clean water to remove any dust. Bring pure, filtered water to a boil, then pour over the lotus leaves. For maximum benefit, allow the leaves to simmer gently for 10–15 minutes. The water will turn a beautiful golden amber color with a subtle, pleasant aroma. Strain the leaves and allow the tea to cool to a comfortable drinking temperature. Lotus leaf tea has a mild, slightly earthy, subtly sweet taste. Some find it quite pleasant on its own, while others prefer to add a touch of honey or combine it with chrysanthemum flowers, a traditional pairing in Chinese medicine. For fresh lotus leaves, use about 1 medium leaf per liter of water, torn into pieces to release the compounds. The preparation method is the same as for dried leaves. Traditional dosage is 1–3 cups daily. Many practitioners drink 1 cup in the morning to support metabolism and 1 in the afternoon. The tea can be consumed warm or cooled, and served over ice. Both methods retain the beneficial properties. Lotus leaves can be re-steeped 2–3 times, with each infusion offering different nuances of flavor and compounds. This reflects the Buddhist principle of extracting full value from what we've been given. Some modern practitioners use lotus leaf powder added to smoothies or other beverages, though the traditional tea preparation is considered most effective and most aligned with contemplative practice. Best time to consume following traditional monastery practice. The optimal times for lotus leaf tea are morning, 20–30 minutes before breakfast. This prepares the digestive system, supports metabolism, and helps the body process the day's food effectively. Monks traditionally consumed lotus leaf tea before the morning meal to prevent sluggishness and support clarity. After rich meals, lotus leaf tea is particularly beneficial after consuming fatty, heavy, or rich foods. It helps the body process fats and prevents the heavy, lethargic feeling that often follows large meals. Mid-afternoon, consuming lotus leaf tea around 2–3 p.m. provides gentle metabolic support during the natural afternoon energy dip without the stimulation of caffeinated beverages. Summer months. Traditional medicine considers lotus leaf especially beneficial during hot weather. Its cooling properties help the body manage heat, making it an ideal summer beverage. During weight management efforts, those working on maintaining healthy weight benefit from consistent daily consumption, ideally 20–30 minutes before main meals. The preparation and consumption should be done mindfully, treating it as a small meditation. Notice the color, aroma, and flavor. Appreciate the lotus plant's gift and set an intention for the tea to support your health and practice. Contraindications and precautions. Lotus leaves are generally very safe, but certain considerations apply. Pregnant and nursing women should consult healthcare providers before regular use. While lotus leaves have been consumed as food for millennia, concentrated medicinal preparations during pregnancy should be approached cautiously. Those with low blood pressure should use lotus leaf tea carefully, as it may have mild blood pressure lowering effects. If you experience dizziness or weakness, reduce consumption or discontinue. Because lotus leaves can support weight loss and may reduce appetite, those who are underweight or have a history of eating disorders should avoid therapeutic doses. Food quantity use, such as using leaves to wrap rice, is generally fine. Lotus leaves have mild diuretic properties, so those on diuretic medications should monitor their response and stay well hydrated. The effect is gentle but should be considered. People scheduled for surgery should discontinue lotus leaf tea at least 2 weeks prior, as it may have mild blood-thinning properties, though this is not well established. Some people may experience mild digestive upset when first beginning lotus leaf tea. Start with small amounts and increase gradually to allow your body to adjust. Lotus leaves should not replace medical treatment for metabolic disorders, high cholesterol, or other serious conditions. They're a complementary approach for prevention and support, not a substitute for necessary medical care. Source your lotus leaves carefully. Only use leaves from clean water sources or reputable suppliers. Lotus plants can absorb environmental toxins, making source quality crucial. With proper use and mindful practice, lotus leaves become a beautiful addition to your longevity journey, a daily reminder of Buddhism's central teaching about rising pure and clear from the muddy waters of existence, maintaining health and clarity amidst life's inevitable challenges. Leaf number 5. Guava leaves, the guardian of vital energy, historical use in Buddhist monasteries. While guava leaves may not carry the same ancient symbolic weight as the Bodhi or lotus, they have been quietly treasured in Buddhist monasteries across Southeast Asia, particularly in Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar and Sri Lanka, for over 1,000 years. The guava tree, Psidium guajava, found its way into monastery gardens as both a practical food source and powerful medicine. In tropical Buddhist communities, where guava trees grow abundantly, monks recognized early that the leaves possessed remarkable healing properties that complemented the fruit's nutritional value. Ancient palm leaf manuscripts from Thai and Burmese monasteries contain detailed instructions for preparing guava leaf remedies for everything from digestive complaints to wound healing. The famous forest monasteries of Thailand, where monks lived in remote wilderness areas practicing intensive meditation, cultivated guava trees along their walking meditation paths. The trees provided shade, fruit for sustenance, and leaves for medicine, embodying the Buddhist principle of simple, sustainable living in harmony with nature. Vietnamese Buddhist monks developed particularly sophisticated guava leaf preparations. Historical records from the Lai dynasty, 1009–1225 CE, describe Buddhist physicians using guava leaves to treat the royal family and common people alike. The leaves were valued for their accessibility. Like rare or expensive herbs, guava grew readily and could provide medicine for everyone, regardless of social status, reflecting Buddhism's egalitarian values. In Sri Lankan monasteries, guava leaf tea became a daily beverage, consumed not just for illness but as preventive medicine. Monks understood intuitively what modern research now confirms, that regular consumption of guava leaves could prevent many common ailments from developing in the first place. The Theravada Buddhist medical tradition, preserved in texts like the Bower manuscript, included guava leaves in formulations for strengthening digestion, purifying blood, and maintaining vitality. Monks on long pilgrimages carried dried guava leaves, using them to ensure safe drinking water and treat the inevitable digestive issues that arose during travel. Spiritual and physical properties. In Buddhist healing philosophy, guava leaves represent protection and purification. The tree's hardy nature are thriving in diverse conditions, resistant to pests, and generously productive symbolized resilience and the ability to maintain health despite challenging circumstances. Spiritually, guava leaves were believed to strengthen one's energetic boundaries, creating a protective shield against both physical pathogens and negative influences. Monks preparing for intensive meditation retreats would consume guava leaf preparations to fortify their bodies, ensuring that physical discomfort wouldn't distract from spiritual practice. The leaves were associated with the solar plexus chakra, the energy center, governing digestion, personal power, and vitality. Guava leaves were thought to strengthen this center, supporting both physical digestive power and the inner strength needed to persevere on the spiritual path. From a physical perspective, Buddhist healers classified guava leaves as astringent, cooling, and purifying. The astringent quality made them ideal for conditions involving excess moisture or looseness, diarrhea, bleeding, and wounds. The cooling property helped reduce inflammation and fever, while the purifying nature supported the body's elimination of toxins. Traditional practitioners observed that guava leaves had particular affinity for the digestive system and blood. They were prescribed to bind loose bowels, stop internal bleeding, purify blood of impurities, and strengthen the digestive fire without creating excess heat. The leaves were seen as harmonizing, bringing scattered or excessive energies back into balance. Scientific backing and health benefits. Modern scientific research has revealed that guava leaves are nutritional and medicinal powerhouses, packed with compounds that directly support longevity and disease prevention. Guava leaves are exceptionally rich in antioxidants, including quercetin, lycopene, vitamin C, and numerous polyphenols. These antioxidants neutralize free radicals, protecting cells from oxidative damage that accelerates aging. Studies show guava leaves have higher antioxidant activity than many fruits and vegetables commonly celebrated for this property. For blood sugar management, guava leaves are remarkably effective. Multiple clinical trials have demonstrated that guava leaf tea significantly reduces blood sugar levels in diabetic patients. A study published in Nutrition Metabolism found that guava leaf extract improved insulin resistance and reduced blood glucose levels. The leaves contain compounds that inhibit sugar absorption in the intestines and improve insulin sensitivity, crucial for preventing and managing type 2 diabetes, a major threat to longevity. Cardiovascular benefits are substantial. Research shows guava leaves help lower LDL cholesterol and triglycerides while raising beneficial HDL cholesterol. The leaves' antioxidants protect blood vessels from oxidative damage, reducing atherosclerosis risk. Studies indicate regular consumption may help maintain healthy blood pressure levels. Digestive health benefits validate traditional uses. Guava leaves have potent antimicrobial properties against common digestive pathogens, including E. coli, Salmonella, and Staphylococcus. Research published in the Journal of Medicinal Food demonstrated that guava leaf extract effectively treats infectious diarrhea exactly as Buddhist monks used it for centuries. The leaves' astringent tannins help reduce intestinal inflammation and restore normal bowel function. For weight management, studies suggest guava leaves may prevent carbohydrate conversion to sugar, reducing calorie absorption and supporting healthy weight maintenance. Combined with their blood sugar regulating effects, this makes them valuable for metabolic health. Anti-cancer properties are emerging in research. Laboratory studies show guava leaf compounds can inhibit growth of certain cancer cells, particularly in breast, prostate, and oral cancers. While human trials are needed, the preliminary evidence is promising. Cognitive benefits include neuroprotective properties. The antioxidants in guava leaves protect brain cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, potentially reducing risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Some research suggests improved memory and cognitive function with regular consumption. Immune system support is well documented. Guava leaves enhance immune cell activity, increase antibody production, and provide broad-spectrum antimicrobial effect. Their vitamin C content is exceptional, higher than oranges, supporting immune function and collagen production. Additionally, guava leaves demonstrate anti-inflammatory effects throughout the body, support healthy skin and wound healing, may improve menstrual health, and support respiratory function. How to identify and source properly? Guava leaves are distinctive and relatively easy to identify. They grow in opposite pairs along branches, each leaf 2–6 inches long, oval to oblong in shape with a rounded or slightly pointed tip. The leaves have prominent parallel veins running from the central midrib to the edges, creating a characteristic ribbed appearance. Fresh guava leaves are firm with a leathery texture, dark green on top and lighter underneath. They have a distinctive aromatic scent when crushed, slightly medicinal, herbaceous, and reminiscent of the fruit itself. Young leaves are lighter green and more tender, while mature leaves are darker and more potent medicinally. If you live in a tropical or subtropical climate, guava trees may grow in your area, or you can cultivate your own tree. Guava thrives in warm climates and is relatively easy to grow in appropriate zones. Having your own tree ensures access to fresh, pesticide-free leaves year-round. For those in cooler climates, dried guava leaves are widely available. Asian and Latin American grocery stores often stock them, as guava is valued in both cultures. Look for dried leaves that retain their green color. Avoid brownish, brittle, or musty-smelling leaves which indicate age or poor storage. Online retailers specializing in herbal teas and traditional remedies offer quality dried guava leaves. Seek organic certification when possible, as leaves can concentrate pesticides. Reputable suppliers will provide leaves that are properly dried, stored, and tested for contaminants. Some health food stores carry guava leaf tea bags, which offer convenience, though whole dried leaves are preferable for maximum potency and to verify quality. When harvesting fresh leaves, choose mature but not old leaves, dark green, fully formed but not yellowed or damaged. Morning harvest, after dew has evaporated but before intense sun, is considered optimal. Always harvest respectfully, never taking more than 10–15% of any tree's leaves, allowing the tree to maintain its health and vitality. Preparation method and dosage. The traditional Buddhist method for preparing guava leaf tea is simple and effective. For fresh leaves, use 5-7 mature leaves per cup of water. Wash them thoroughly, then tear or crush them slightly to release beneficial compounds. For dried leaves, use approximately 1-2 tablespoons per cup. Bring pure, filtered water to a boil, then add the guava leaves. Reduce heat and allow to simmer gently for 10-15 minutes. The water will turn golden brown with a slightly astringent, herbaceous aroma. For stronger medicinal preparations, monks would simmer for up to 20 minutes. Strain the leaves and allow the tea to cool to a comfortable drinking temperature. Guava leaf tea has a slightly astringent, mildly bitter taste with subtle, earthy and fruity notes. Some find it pleasant on its own, while others prefer adding honey or lemon to balance the astringency. The tea can be consumed warm or cold, both retain medicinal properties. In tropical monasteries, cooled guava leaf tea was often the beverage of choice during hot weather. Traditional dosage is 1-3 cups daily for general health maintenance. For specific therapeutic purposes like blood sugar management, 2-3 cups daily, consumed before meals, shows the best results in research studies. Guava leaves can be re-steeped once, though the second infusion will be milder. The used leaves can be composted, returning their remaining nutrients to the earth. For external use, stronger preparations, double the leaf quantity, simmered longer, can be used as wound washes, skin rinses for conditions like eczema, or hair rinses for scalp health. Some practitioners powder dried guava leaves and add them to smoothies or encapsulate them, though the traditional tea preparation is most aligned with Buddhist practice and allows for mindful consumption. Best time to consume following traditional monastery practice. Optimal times for guava leaf tea are: before meals, particularly breakfast and lunch, consuming 20-30 minutes before eating, provides maximum blood sugar regulation benefits. This timing allows the active compounds to prepare the digestive system and reduce glucose spikes from food. After meals, if you've consumed a particularly rich or carbohydrate-heavy meal, guava leaf tea afterward can help manage the glycemic response and support digestion. During digestive upset, the first sign of diarrhea or digestive disturbance, guava leaf tea can provide relief. Traditional practice involves drinking a cup every 3-4 hours until symptoms resolve. Morning routine: many monks incorporated guava leaf tea into their morning ritual, drinking it as part of their preparation for the day. The tea provides gentle energy without stimulation, mental clarity, and metabolic support. As a replacement for other beverages, guava leaf tea can replace coffee, regular tea, or other drinks throughout the day, providing continuous health benefits without caffeine dependence. Consistency matters more than specific timing. Regular daily consumption provides cumulative benefits, particularly for chronic conditions like diabetes or high cholesterol. Contraindications and precautions: guava leaves are generally very safe, but certain considerations apply. Pregnant women should use guava leaf tea cautiously and in moderation. While the fruit is considered safe and nutritious during pregnancy, concentrated leaf preparations haven't been extensively studied in pregnant populations. Consult healthcare providers before regular medicinal use. Those with very low blood sugar or on diabetes medications should monitor glucose levels carefully when beginning guava leaf tea, as it may enhance medication effects and potentially cause hypoglycemia. Medication adjustments may be necessary. Work with your healthcare provider. People with existing low blood pressure should use caution, as guava leaves may have mild blood pressure lowering effects. Monitor your response and discontinue if you experience dizziness or weakness. Those scheduled for surgery should stop guava leaf consumption at least 2 weeks prior, as it may affect blood sugar control during and after surgical procedures. Some people may experience constipation from guava leaves due to their astringent tannin content, particularly if consuming large amounts. Balance with adequate water intake and fiber from other sources. Guava leaves may interact with certain medications, particularly those for diabetes and blood pressure. Inform your healthcare provider if you're using guava leaves regularly while on prescription medications. Allergic reactions are rare but possible. Start with a small amount to test your tolerance. Discontinue if you experience itching, rash, or digestive upset. Quality and cleanliness are crucial. Only use leaves from trees that haven't been sprayed with pesticides, and always wash fresh leaves thoroughly. For dried leaves sourced from reputable suppliers, guava leaf tea should complement, not replace, medical treatment for serious conditions. It's an excellent preventive and supportive tool, but not a substitute for necessary medical care. With mindful use and proper preparation, guava leaves become a powerful ally in your longevity practice, accessible, effective, and aligned with Buddhist principles of using nature's simple gifts for healing and vitality. Leaf number 6. Mulberry leaves, the silkworm's secret to longevity. Historical use in Buddhist monasteries. Mulberry leaves hold a unique and fascinating position in Buddhist monastic history, intimately connected with one of Buddhism's most important practical contributions to civilization, sericulture, the cultivation of silkworms for silk production. The relationship between Buddhism, mulberry trees, and silk production created a centuries-long tradition of mulberry leaf use in monasteries across Asia. In ancient China, Buddhist monasteries were often centers of silk production. Monks cultivated mulberry trees Morus alba to feed silkworms, which consumed enormous quantities of mulberry leaves before spinning their precious silk cocoons. This silk funded monastery operations, supported charitable works, and facilitated the spread of Buddhist teachings. The monks who tended these mulberry groves noticed something remarkable. The silkworms that ate nothing but mulberry leaves underwent complete metamorphosis, transforming from humble caterpillars into beautiful moths, a perfect metaphor for spiritual transformation that Buddhist teachers used in their lessons. But the monks' observations went deeper. They noticed their own health improved when they consumed the same leaves that nourished the silkworms. Ancient Chinese Buddhist medical texts from the Tang dynasty 618–907 CE extensively document mulberry leaf preparations for numerous ailments, particularly those related to aging and vitality. Japanese Buddhist monks brought mulberry cultivation to Japan in the 6th century, where it became integral to monastery life. Zen monasteries developed elaborate mulberry gardens, and monks consumed mulberry leaf tea daily. The practice was so widespread that mulberry leaf tea became synonymous with monastic health and the legendary longevity of meditation masters. Korean Buddhist temples likewise maintained mulberry groves, and the tradition of mulberry leaf tea, called pongipcha, became deeply embedded in Korean Buddhist culture. Historical medical texts describe monks living well into their 90s and beyond, attributing their longevity partly to daily mulberry leaf consumption. Tibetan Buddhist medicine, while not traditionally using mulberry due to climate, incorporated it after cultural exchanges with Chinese Buddhism. The leaves were valued for their cooling properties and ability to clear heat from the liver and eyes, addressing conditions we now recognize as inflammation and oxidative stress. The silkworm-mulberry relationship held profound symbolic meaning for Buddhists. Just as the silkworm's singular focus on mulberry leaves enabled its complete transformation, practitioners who cultivated single-pointed focus on their practice could achieve spiritual transformation. This metaphor made mulberry leaves spiritually significant beyond their medicinal value. Spiritual and physical properties. In Buddhist philosophy, mulberry leaves symbolize transformation, nourishment, and the power of dedicated practice. The silkworm eats only mulberry leaves, nothing else, and through this focused consumption achieves metamorphosis. Similarly, practitioners who consume the Dharma teachings with singular dedication can transform from ordinary beings into awakened ones. Spiritually, mulberry leaves were believed to clarify vision, both physical and spiritual. They were associated with the third eye or wisdom eye, supporting the clarity of perception necessary for insight meditation. Monks preparing for intensive vipassana practice would often consume mulberry leaf tea to clear the veils, obscuring true seeing. The leaves were thought to cool excess fire energy, not just physical fever and inflammation, but also the mental and emotional heat of anger, frustration, and agitation. This cooling quality made mulberry leaves ideal for practitioners struggling with these obstacles to meditation. From a physical perspective, traditional Buddhist medicine classified mulberry leaves as sweet and bitter in taste, cool in energy, and having particular affinity for the liver and lung meridians. This classification reflected observed benefits: liver support, detoxification, eye health, lung support, respiratory function, and overall cooling and anti-inflammatory effects. Mulberry leaves were understood to nourish yin, the cooling, moistening, restorative aspect of the body's energy. This made them especially valuable for older practitioners and those whose constitutions ran hot and dry. The leaves were prescribed for dizziness, blurred vision, premature graying, night sweats and other signs of yin deficiency that we might now recognize as aging-related decline. The leaves were also believed to strengthen Jing, the essential life force stored in the kidneys according to traditional medicine. Preserving and strengthening Jing was considered fundamental to longevity, making mulberry leaves a longevity tonic in Buddhist medical systems. Scientific backing and health benefits. Modern science has revealed that mulberry leaves contain an extraordinary array of compounds that validate their traditional uses and explain their longevity-promoting properties. One of mulberry leaves' most significant compounds is DNJ, 1-deoxynogerymycin, a unique alkaloid found in few other plants. DNJ is a powerful alpha-glucosidase inhibitor, meaning it slows the breakdown of carbohydrates into sugar in the intestines. Multiple clinical studies have demonstrated that mulberry leaf extract significantly reduces post-meal blood sugar spikes in both diabetic and non-diabetic individuals. A study in diabetes care found that mulberry leaf extract reduced glucose response by up to 44% compared to placebo. This blood sugar regulating effect is crucial for longevity. Chronic elevated blood sugar accelerates aging through a process called glycation, where sugar molecules damage proteins throughout the body. By moderating blood sugar, mulberry leaves help prevent this damage, literally slowing aging at the cellular level. For cardiovascular health, research shows mulberry leaves reduce LDL cholesterol, lower triglycerides, and decrease blood pressure. The leaves contain compounds that prevent cholesterol oxidation and reduce arterial plaque formation. Studies indicate regular consumption may reduce cardiovascular disease risk significantly. Antioxidant properties are exceptional. Mulberry leaves contain high levels of flavonoids, phenolic acids, and other antioxidants that protect cells from free radical damage. Research shows antioxidant capacity comparable to or exceeding green tea and other celebrated antioxidant sources. For liver health, what traditional medicine called clearing liver heat, science confirms remarkable hepatoprotective properties. Mulberry leaves protect liver cells from damage, support detoxification processes, reduce fatty liver, and may help reverse liver damage from various causes. The liver's health is fundamental to longevity, making this benefit particularly significant. Eye health benefits validate the traditional understanding about clearing vision. Mulberry leaves are rich in vitamin A, zeaxanthin, and other carotenoids that protect eye health. Studies suggest they may help prevent age-related macular degeneration and cataracts, major causes of vision loss in aging. Cognitive benefits are emerging in research. Animal studies show mulberry leaf compounds may protect brain cells from damage, reduce neuroinflammation, and improve memory and learning. Some research suggests potential benefits for preventing Alzheimer's disease and age-related cognitive decline. Anti-inflammatory effects are well documented. Chronic inflammation underlies virtually all age-related diseases, and mulberry leaves contain multiple compounds that reduce inflammatory markers throughout the body. This broad anti-inflammatory action contributes significantly to disease prevention and longevity. Weight management support has been demonstrated in clinical trials. The DNJ that regulates blood sugar also helps prevent fat accumulation and supports healthy weight maintenance. Combined with metabolic benefits, this makes mulberry leaves valuable for preventing obesity-related diseases. Additionally, research shows antimicrobial properties, immune system support, potential anti-cancer effects, and benefits for skin health and appearance, validating the traditional reputation as a comprehensive longevity tonic. How to identify and source properly. Mulberry leaves come from several species, with white mulberry, Maris alba, being most commonly used medicinally, though black mulberry, Maris nigra, and red mulberry, Maris rubra, also have benefits. White mulberry leaves, used in traditional Chinese and Japanese medicine, are considered most potent. Mulberry leaves are distinctive, 2 to 8 inches long, heart-shaped or with lobed edges, often resembling a mitten, with serrated margins and prominent veins. Fresh leaves are bright to medium green, slightly fuzzy or rough to touch, with a mild, slightly sweet taste when chewed. If you live in a temperate climate, mulberry trees may grow in your area. They're remarkably hardy and widespread. The trees are deciduous, losing leaves in winter, so harvest during growing season, late spring through early fall. Many cities have mulberry trees in parks or as street trees. You can also cultivate your own tree relatively easily. Mulberries grow quickly and thrive in most temperate regions. When harvesting fresh leaves, choose mature but not old leaves, fully formed, vibrant green without yellowing or insect damage. Morning harvest is optimal. Wash thoroughly before use. Harvest respectfully, never stripping a tree bare, allowing it to maintain health. For dried mulberry leaves, Asian herbal shops, particularly those specializing in Chinese or Korean herbs, commonly stock them. Look for whole or cut dried leaves that retain green color. Avoid brownish, dusty or musty-smelling leaves indicating age or poor storage. Online retailers offer quality dried mulberry leaves often labeled as Sangye Chinese or mulberry leaf tea. Seek organic certification when possible. Some suppliers offer specifically white mulberry, Morus alba leaves which are preferred for medicinal use. Health food stores increasingly carry mulberry leaf tea bags, offering convenience though whole dried leaves allow better quality verification and are typically more potent. Japanese specialty stores sometimes carry mulberry leaf powder, used traditionally in various preparations. This can be convenient, but verify the source and quality. Preparation method and dosage. The traditional Buddhist method for preparing mulberry leaf tea is straightforward. For fresh leaves, use 5-8 mature leaves per cup of water. Wash thoroughly, then tear or cut into smaller pieces to release compounds. For dried leaves, use 1–2 tablespoons, about 3–5 grams per cup. Bring pure filtered water to a boil, then pour over the mulberry leaves. Cover and steep for 10–15 minutes for mild tea, or simmer gently for 15–20 minutes for stronger medicinal preparation. The tea will turn golden amber with a subtle, pleasant aroma, slightly sweet, grassy and earthy. Strain the leaves and drink while warm, or allow to cool. Mulberry leaf tea has a mild, slightly sweet flavor with subtle, earthy notes. Most people find it quite pleasant without additions, though honey or lemon can be added if desired. The leaves can be re-steeped 1–2 times, with each infusion offering gentler flavor and concentration. Traditional practice was to extract full value from the leaves before composting them. Traditional dosage is 2–3 cups daily, particularly beneficial when consumed before meals for blood sugar management. Monks often drank 1 cup in the morning, 1 at midday, and sometimes 1 in the evening. For blood sugar control specifically, research suggests consuming 1 gram of mulberry leaf extract or tea made from 3–5 grams dried leaves 15–30 minutes before meals provides optimal benefit. Mulberry leaf powder can be added to smoothies, mixed into yogurt, or even incorporated into cooking. Traditional dosage for powder is 1–2 teaspoons daily. Some practitioners make cold infusions, soaking leaves in room temperature water overnight, which preserves certain heat-sensitive compounds though resulting in milder flavor. Best time to consume following traditional monastery practice. Optimal times for mulberry leaf tea are before meals, especially breakfast and lunch. Consuming 15–30 minutes before eating provides maximum blood sugar regulation. This timing allows the DNJ and other compounds to prepare the digestive system and reduce glucose absorption from food. Morning. As part of daily routine, many monks incorporated mulberry leaf tea into morning rituals. The tea provides gentle clarity, supports metabolism, and sets a healthy tone for the day without caffeine stimulation. Afternoon. Consuming around 2–3 p.m. can help manage the natural afternoon energy dip while providing metabolic support and preventing afternoon sugar cravings. Before meditation or study, the traditional understanding that mulberry leaves clear vision and support mental clarity makes them ideal before contemplative or intellectual activities. Consistently daily. Research suggests regular consumption provides cumulative benefits, particularly for blood sugar control, cholesterol management, and anti-aging effects. Daily ritual is more beneficial than occasional use. Seasonally, traditional practice emphasized mulberry leaf consumption during summer and early autumn when the leaves are fresh and at peak potency, though dried leaves provide year-round benefits. Contraindications and precautions. Mulberry leaves are very safe, but certain considerations apply. Those with diabetes on medication should monitor blood sugar carefully when beginning mulberry leaf consumption. The leaves can significantly lower blood sugar, potentially causing hypoglycemia when combined with diabetes medications. Medication adjustments may be necessary. Work closely with your healthcare provider. People with existing low blood sugar hypoglycemia should use mulberry leaves cautiously and monitor their response. The blood sugar lowering effects could exacerbate the condition. Pregnant and nursing women should consult healthcare providers before regular medicinal use. While mulberry fruit is safe and nutritious during pregnancy, concentrated leaf preparations haven't been extensively studied in these populations. Those scheduled for surgery should discontinue mulberry leaf consumption at least 2 weeks prior, as it may affect blood sugar control during and after surgical procedures. Some people may experience mild digestive upset when first beginning mulberry leaf tea. Start with small amounts and increase gradually to allow your body to adjust. Mulberry leaves may interact with certain medications, particularly those for diabetes and blood pressure. Inform your healthcare provider if you're using mulberry leaves regularly while on prescription medications. Allergic reactions are rare but possible. Those allergic to mulberries, the fruit, or other plants in the Moraceae family should approach mulberry leaves cautiously. Start with a small amount to test tolerance. Quality and cleanliness matter. Only use leaves from trees that haven't been sprayed with pesticides. Urban trees near roads may have absorbed pollutants. For dried leaves, source from reputable suppliers with quality testing. Mulberry leaves should complement, not replace, medical treatment for diabetes, high cholesterol, or other serious conditions. They're excellent for prevention and support, but not substitutes for necessary medical care. With proper use and mindful consumption, mulberry leaves become a powerful ally in your longevity journey, carrying the wisdom of silk-producing monks who discovered that the same humble leaves that enabled the silkworm's transformation could support human transformation toward health, clarity, and long life. Leaf number 7. Neem leaves, the village pharmacy and purifier, supreme historical use in Buddhist monasteries. Neem, known botanically as Azadirachta indica, is revered across South and Southeast Asia as the village pharmacy and nature's drugstore. Names earned through millennia of proven healing power. In Sanskrit, neem is called Sarva Roga Nivarini, meaning the curer of all ailments, and Arishta, meaning reliever of disease. This extraordinary tree has been inseparable from Buddhist monastic medicine since Buddhism's earliest days in India. The Buddha himself is said to have meditated under neem trees, and ancient Buddhist texts reference neem's medicinal properties extensively. In the birthplace of Buddhism, neem trees grew abundantly, and monks quickly incorporated them into their healing practices. Every part of the neem tree was used: bark, leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds, and roots. But the leaves held particular importance for daily health maintenance and disease prevention. Buddhist monasteries throughout India, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, and Cambodia planted neem trees in their compounds, creating living pharmacies accessible to both monks and the surrounding communities. The tradition of planting neem at monastery entrances symbolized purification. Those entering would pass beneath neem's protective canopy, metaphorically cleansing themselves before approaching sacred space. Ancient Buddhist Ayurvedic texts, including manuscripts preserved in Tibetan translation, devoted extensive sections to neem preparations. Monks used neem leaves to purify water, treat infections, address skin conditions, support digestive health, and as a general detoxifying tonic. The leaves were so valued that dried neem became a standard provision for traveling monks, protecting them from illness during their journeys. In Thai forest monasteries, where monks practiced in remote wilderness areas exposed to tropical diseases, neem leaves were considered essential medicine. Monks would chew fresh neem leaves daily as preventive medicine, believing it protected against malaria, dengue, and other endemic diseases, a practice that modern research suggests had genuine protective value. The Theravada medical tradition incorporated neem into treatments for virtually every category of illness. The comprehensive nature of neem's applications made it fundamental to monastic medical practice, a true cure-all that aligned with Buddhism's emphasis on accessible, natural healing for all beings. In Sri Lankan monasteries, neem leaf paste was applied to monks' shaved heads to prevent infections and skin conditions in the tropical climate. The practice of bathing in neem-infused water before major religious ceremonies became standard, symbolizing both physical and spiritual purification. Spiritual and physical properties in Buddhist philosophy, neem represents purification at the deepest level, not just cleansing the body of disease, but purifying negative karma and removing obstacles to spiritual progress. The tree's bitter taste, rather than being seen as unpleasant, symbolized the bitter medicine of truth that, while initially difficult, ultimately brings liberation. Spiritually, neem was believed to clear negative energies, protect against malevolent influences, and create a purified energetic field around practitioners. Monks would place neem leaves in their meditation spaces, believing the leaves' presence enhanced concentration and prevented disturbances. Some traditions held that neem strengthened one's spiritual immune system, making practitioners less susceptible to negative influences, just as it protected the physical body from pathogens. The tree's incredible resistance to disease and pests, neem trees rarely fall ill, symbolize the resilient, purified state that spiritual practice cultivates. Just as the neem tree remains healthy despite exposure to countless pathogens, the practitioner who has purified their mind remains peaceful despite exposure to life's inevitable difficulties. From a physical perspective, Buddhist healers classified neem as intensely bitter, cooling and detoxifying. The extreme bitterness was understood as directly related to its purifying power in traditional medicine systems. Bitter taste is associated with cleansing and antitoxic properties. Neem was considered to have particular affinity for the blood and skin, purifying blood of toxins and impurities, and clearing skin of infections and conditions. It was prescribed for what traditional medicine called hot conditions, fevers, infections, inflammations and diseases characterized by heat and toxicity. The leaves were understood to strengthen the immune system, enhance the body's natural defenses, and support the body's innate healing intelligence. Neem was given to those with chronic weakness, susceptibility to infections, and compromised vitality. Scientific backing and health benefits. Modern science has revealed that neem leaves contain over 140 active compounds, creating one of nature's most complex and powerful medicinal profiles. Research validates virtually all traditional uses while revealing additional benefits. Neem's antimicrobial properties are extraordinary. Studies demonstrate effectiveness against bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. Research shows neem compounds inhibit growth of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, including MRSA, a finding of immense importance given rising antibiotic resistance. The leaves contain compounds that disrupt bacterial cell walls, inhibit viral replication, and prevent fungal growth. For immune system support, neem is remarkable. Research shows neem leaf extract enhances immune cell activity, increases antibody production, and modulates immune response, strengthening immunity without causing the overactivity that leads to autoimmune problems. Studies indicate neem may help balance immune function, making it valuable for both immunodeficiency and autoimmune conditions. Anti-inflammatory effects are profound and well documented. Neem contains compounds that inhibit inflammatory pathways at the cellular level, reducing inflammation throughout the body. This anti-inflammatory action contributes significantly to disease prevention and longevity, as chronic inflammation underlies virtually all age-related diseases. For blood sugar regulation, multiple studies show neem leaves help manage diabetes. The leaves improve insulin sensitivity, reduce glucose absorption in intestines, and protect pancreatic cells that produce insulin. Research published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found significant blood sugar reduction in diabetic patients consuming neem leaf extract. Cardiovascular benefits include cholesterol reduction, blood pressure regulation, and protection against atherosclerosis. Neem's antioxidants prevent cholesterol oxidation, a crucial step in arterial plaque formation. Studies show regular neem consumption may significantly reduce cardiovascular disease risk. Detoxification support validates the traditional understanding of neem as a purifier. Research demonstrates that neem supports liver function, enhances the body's detoxification processes, and helps eliminate environmental toxins. The liver is crucial for longevity, making this benefit particularly significant. For oral health, neem is exceptional. Studies show neem is as effective as chlorhexidine, the gold standard antimicrobial mouthwash, for reducing plaque and gingivitis, but without side effects. Neem prevents cavity-causing bacteria growth, reduces gum inflammation, and promotes overall oral health important, because oral health is increasingly linked to cardiovascular and overall health. Skin health benefits are extensive. Research validates traditional use for eczema, psoriasis, acne, and fungal infections. Neem's antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties combined make it ideal for skin conditions. Studies show effectiveness for wound healing and skin regeneration. Anti-cancer properties are emerging in research. Laboratory studies show neem compounds can inhibit cancer cell growth, induce cancer cell death, and prevent tumor formation in various cancer types. While human trials are needed, preliminary evidence is promising. Cognitive benefits include neuroprotective properties. Animal studies suggest neem compounds may protect brain cells from damage, reduce neuroinflammation, and potentially reduce risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Additionally, research demonstrates anti-parasitic effects, protection against ulcers, potential anti-malarial properties, and benefits for metabolic health, validating neem's reputation as a comprehensive healing agent. How to identify and source properly. Neem leaves are distinctive and relatively easy to identify. They grow in compound pinnate formation, one central stem, with 20-30 small leaflets arranged in opposite pairs. Each leaflet is 1-3 inches long, lance-shaped with serrated edges and a pointed tip. The leaves are bright to deep green, slightly leathery, with a characteristic strong, somewhat acrid aroma. Fresh neem leaves have an intensely bitter taste. This extreme bitterness is actually a sign of potency and authenticity. If leaves lack bitterness, they may be old or improperly stored. Neem trees grow in tropical and subtropical regions. If you live in appropriate climates, zones 10-12, you may find neem trees in botanical gardens, parks, or as ornamental trees. You can also cultivate your own tree. Neem grows relatively quickly and requires minimal care in suitable climates. When harvesting fresh leaves, choose mature but young leaves, fully formed but bright green, not yellowed or damaged. Morning harvest after dew has evaporated is optimal. Wash thoroughly before use. Harvest respectfully, taking only what you need. For most people, dried neem leaves will be the practical option. Indian grocery stores commonly stock dried neem leaves, neem pata in Hindi. Look for whole or minimally broken leaves that retain green color. Avoid brownish, crumbly, or odorless leaves. These have lost potency. Online retailers specializing in Ayurvedic herbs offer quality dried neem leaves. Seek organic certification, as neem leaves can concentrate environmental contaminants. Reputable suppliers provide properly dried, stored, and tested products. Some health food stores carry neem leaf powder or capsules. While convenient, whole or cut dried leaves allow better quality verification and are preferred for traditional tea preparation. Neem leaf extract and supplements are widely available, but for this traditional Buddhist practice, we're focusing on whole leaf preparations that maintain the meditative, ritualistic aspect of preparation and consumption. Preparation method and dosage. The traditional Buddhist method for preparing neem leaf tea requires respect for neem's potency and bitterness. For fresh leaves, use 5-10 leaflets per cup of water. Wash thoroughly, then tear slightly to release compounds. For dried leaves, use 1-2 teaspoons, about 2-4 grams, per cup. Bring pure filtered water to a boil, then add neem leaves. Reduce heat and simmer gently for 10-15 minutes. The water will turn golden yellow to greenish amber with a strong, characteristic aroma. Do not overboil, as this can intensify bitterness excessively. Strain the leaves and allow tea to cool slightly. Neem leaf tea is intensely bitter. This is normal and indicates potency. The bitterness may be challenging initially, but many practitioners develop appreciation for it over time, understanding it as the taste of purification. To make neem tea more palatable, you can add honey, which complements bitter flavors well, lemon or ginger. Some traditions combine neem with tulsi or other herbs to balance the bitterness while maintaining benefits. However, traditional pure preparation is considered most powerful. Traditional dosage is 1-2 cups daily, typically consumed in the morning on an empty stomach for maximum detoxifying benefit. For specific therapeutic purposes, up to 3 cups daily may be used, but begin with less. Important. Start with small amounts, perhaps 1/4 to 1-2 cup initially to assess your tolerance. Neem is powerful and can cause digestive upset if consumed in excess or if your body isn't accustomed to it. Fresh leaves can also be chewed directly. 2-5 leaflets chewed slowly on an empty stomach as monks traditionally did. This method provides quick absorption but requires tolerance for extreme bitterness. For external use, stronger preparations, double the leaf quantity, simmered longer, can be used as wound washes, skin rinses for conditions like acne or eczema, or hair, scalp treatments. Neem leaf passed fresh or dried leaves ground with a small amount of water can be applied topically for skin conditions, wounds, or even as a face mask for purifying skin. Best time to consume following traditional monastery practice. Optimal times for neem leaf preparations are early morning on an empty stomach. This is considered most effective for detoxification and blood purification. The body is in a natural detox mode upon waking, and neem supports this process. Wait 30–60 minutes before eating to allow full absorption. Before meditation or spiritual practice, the purifying properties of neem were believed to clear both physical and energetic obstacles to deep practice. Many monks consumed neem before intensive meditation sessions. During seasonal transitions traditionally, neem was consumed more intensively during spring and fall, seasons associated with detoxification and renewal in traditional medicine systems. At the first sign of infection, neem's antimicrobial properties work best when taken early. At the first indication of illness, increased neem consumption can help the body fight off pathogens. During purification periods, some practitioners undertake periodic cleansing practices, consuming neem daily for 1–2 weeks as part of a broader detoxification protocol. Consistently but cyclic rather than continuous daily use, indefinitely. Traditional practice often involved regular cycles, consuming neem daily for several weeks, then taking a break, then resuming. This prevents habituation and maintains effectiveness. Contraindications and precautions. Neem is powerful medicine and requires careful, informed use. Pregnancy and nursing. Neem should be completely avoided during pregnancy. Traditional and some modern sources indicate neem may induce miscarriage or harm fetal development. Nursing mothers should also avoid neem, as compounds may pass through breast milk. Children. Neem should not be given to young children or infants. Traditional use begins only after puberty. Neem oil internally is particularly dangerous for children and should never be given. Fertility. Those trying to conceive should avoid neem, as some research suggests it may have contraceptive effects in both men and women. Historically, neem was actually used as a natural contraceptive in autoimmune conditions. While neem modulates immunity, those with autoimmune diseases should consult healthcare providers before use, as effects on autoimmune conditions aren't fully understood. Organ transplant recipients. Those on immunosuppressant medications should avoid neem, as it may interfere with these medications by stimulating immune function. Scheduled surgery. Discontinue neem at least 2 weeks before surgery, as it may affect blood sugar and immune function during and after surgical procedures. Liver and kidney disease. While neem supports these organs in healthy individuals, those with severe liver or kidney disease should consult healthcare providers before use, as processing neem's potent compounds might stress compromised organs. Dosage caution. More is not better with neem. Excessive consumption can cause nausea, diarrhea, and other adverse effects. Respect traditional dosages and start conservatively. Diabetes medications. Those on diabetes medications should monitor blood sugar carefully, as neem may enhance medication effects and potentially cause hypoglycemia. Quality crucial. Neem quality matters enormously. Only use neem from reputable sources. Contaminated or adulterated neem can be harmful, not for long-term continuous use. Traditional practice involves cyclical use rather than continuous daily consumption for months or years. Take periodic breaks to prevent potential side effects. Neem should complement, not replace, medical treatment for serious conditions. It's powerful preventive and supportive medicine, but not a substitute for necessary medical care. With proper respect, careful dosing, and mindful use, neem leaves complete. Our 7 sacred leaves are final, powerful purifier that cleanses deeply, protects thoroughly, and embodies the Buddhist understanding that sometimes the most bitter medicine brings the sweetest healing. Together, these 7 leaves create a comprehensive system for longevity, each contributing unique properties that, when combined, support every aspect of health, body, mind, and spirit, and the journey toward a long, vibrant, awakened life, combining the seven, the complete formula. Now that we've explored each of the seven sacred leaves individually, we arrive at the most powerful practice of all, combining them into a comprehensive longevity formula that Buddhist monks have used for centuries. While each leaf offers remarkable benefits on its own, the true magic emerges when these seven are brought together in harmonious balance. This is the complete secret, the full transmission of ancient wisdom that we've been building toward throughout this journey. How to blend all seven leaves. The art of combining these seven leaves is based on principles that Buddhist healers understood intuitively, and modern science is now validating the concept of synergy, where the combined effect exceeds the sum of individual parts. Each leaf contributes unique compounds and properties that complement and enhance the others, creating a formula greater than any single ingredient. The traditional approach to blending recognizes that these seven leaves represent different energetic qualities and therapeutic actions. Tea leaves provide gentle stimulation and mental clarity. Bodhi leaves offer calming balance and cardiovascular support. Tulsi adapts to stress and fortifies immunity. Lotus leaves cool inflammation and support metabolism. Guava leaves regulate blood sugar and strengthen digestion. Mulberry leaves protect vision and control glucose. Neem leaves purify and cleanse deeply. Together, they create a complete system addressing every aspect of health necessary for longevity: cardiovascular health, metabolic function, immune strength, detoxification, anti-inflammation, stress resilience, and cognitive clarity. The preparation method for the combined formula follows traditional monastery practice with careful attention to each leaf's characteristics. Because the leaves have different optimal extraction requirements, we'll use a method that respects these differences while creating a unified preparation. Proportions and ratios. The master formula, developed through centuries of monastic practice, uses specific proportions that balance the leaves' various properties and ensure no single ingredient overwhelms the others. Here is the traditional ratio, the foundation formula for daily use. Tea leaves, 3 parts Bodhi leaves, 2 parts Tulsi, holy basil, 2 parts lotus leaves, 2 parts guava leaves, 2 parts mulberry leaves, 2 parts neem leaves, 1 part. This ratio creates approximately 14 parts total. The tea leaves form the largest proportion because they provide the pleasant base flavor and familiar effects that make the formula easily consumable daily. Neem receives the smallest proportion due to its intense bitterness and powerful effects. Little goes a long way. In practical terms, to create a jar of blended formula, you might use 3 tablespoons tea leaves, 2 tablespoons each of Bodhi, Tulsi, lotus, guava, and mulberry leaves, 1 tablespoon neem leaves. This creates approximately 14 tablespoons of blended formula, enough for about 2 weeks of daily use. For those who find neem's bitterness challenging even in small amounts, you can start with an even smaller proportion, half a tablespoon to the recipe above, and gradually increase as your palate adjusts. The purifying benefits are present even in small amounts. Preparation of the complete formula. To prepare your daily tea from this blend, use 2-3 tablespoons of the mixed formula per liter of water, or about 2 teaspoons per cup. Bring pure filtered water to a boil, then reduce to a gentle simmer. Add your blended leaf formula and simmer for 12-15 minutes. This longer, gentle simmer allows adequate extraction from the tougher leaves, like lotus and neem, while not over-extracting the more delicate tea and Bodhi leaves. Remove from heat, cover, and allow to steep an additional 5 minutes. Strain thoroughly, and your complete longevity tea is ready. The resulting tea will be golden amber in color with a complex, layered aroma, herbaceous, slightly sweet, with undertones of the various leaves. The taste is balanced. The tea leaves' pleasant flavor softens neem's bitterness, while the aromatic tulsi and the subtle sweetness of Bodhi and mulberry create a surprisingly drinkable blend. Many practitioners find the complete formula more palatable than neem alone. You can prepare this tea in larger batches, a full liter in the morning, that you drink throughout the day, storing it at room temperature or refrigerated. The tea remains potent for 24 hours, though fresh preparation is ideal. Daily, weekly, and seasonal variations. While the foundation formula serves as your daily baseline, traditional practice recognizes that our needs vary with time, season, and individual constitution. Buddhist monks adjusted their formulas based on these factors. Daily variations, morning formula, for mental clarity and energy. Increase tea leaves to 4 parts and reduce neem to half a part. This creates a more stimulating, less purifying blend ideal for starting your day with focus and vitality. Evening formula, for relaxation and restoration, reduce or eliminate tea leaves, increase bodhi to 3 parts and tulsi to 3 parts. This creates a calming blend that supports restful sleep and nighttime restoration without stimulation. Pre-meditation formula, equal parts bodhi, tulsi and lotus, 2 parts each, with minimal tea, 1 part, creates clarity without stimulation ideal for contemplative practice. Weekly variations. Some practitioners create a more intensive purification practice once weekly. Deep cleansing formula, once per week. Increase neem to 2 parts, add extra guava and lotus, 3 parts each. Reduce tea to 1 part. This more bitter, intensely purifying blend supports deeper detoxification. Consume on the same day each week, perhaps your day off when you can rest, and allow the cleansing process. Seasonal variations. Traditional Buddhist medicine recognized that different seasons require different support. Spring formula, March-May, renewal and cleansing. Emphasize neem, 2 parts, guava, 3 parts, and lotus, 3 parts, for purification as nature renews. This supports the body's natural spring detoxification. Summer formula, June-August, cooling and hydration. Increase lotus, 3 parts, and bodhi, 3 parts. Reduce warming tulsi to 1 part. This cooling formula prevents excess heat accumulation during hot months. Autumn formula, September-November, immune strengthening. Emphasize tulsi, 3 parts, guava, 3 parts, and neem, 2 parts, as you prepare for cold and flu season. This immune-focused blend protects as temperatures drop. Winter formula, December-February, warmth and vitality. Increase tea, 4 parts, and tulsi, 3 parts. Reduce cooling lotus and neem, 1 part each. This warming formula supports circulation and energy during cold months. Creating your personal formula. While these traditional formulas provide proven templates, Buddhist medicine recognizes individual constitution. 2 people may need different proportions to achieve optimal balance. To create your personal formula, start with the foundation recipe and observe your response over 2-3 weeks. Notice energy levels throughout the day, digestive comfort, sleep quality, mental clarity and focus, emotional balance. Any specific symptoms or conditions you're addressing, based on your observations, adjust proportions. If you experience excessive energy or difficulty sleeping, reduce tea. Increase bodhi sluggishness or mental fog. Increase tea and tuli digestive upset. Reduce neem. Increase guava and tulsi. Insufficient cleansing effects. Increase tulsi and gradually increase neem and lotus. Blood sugar issues. Increase guava and mulberry stress and anxiety. Increase tulsi and bodhi inflammation. Increase lotus and neem. Make small adjustments. Change one ingredient's proportion by half a part at a time and observe for another 2-3 weeks before further adjustments. This gradual, mindful approach honors your body's wisdom and prevents overcorrection. Keep a simple journal noting your formula proportions and effect. Over time, you'll develop intimate knowledge of how each leaf affects you personally, allowing you to fine-tune your formula seasonally and as your needs evolve. Some practitioners create multiple blends: a general daily formula, an intensive weekly cleansing formula, and seasonal variations having different jars prepared and rotating based on the day and time of year. Advanced practice, the monthly cycle. Traditional practice sometimes followed a monthly rhythm. Week 1, foundation formula, balanced maintenance. Week 2, energizing formula, increased tea and tulsi. Week 3, purifying formula, increased neem, lotus, guava. Week 4. Restorative formula, increased Bodhi and mulberry. This cycling prevents the body from adapting to any single formula and provides comprehensive support across different dimensions of health, storage and shelf life. Proper storage ensures your blended formula maintains potency and safety. Storage containers. Use airtight glass jar. Amber or dark glass is ideal as it protects from light degradation. Mason jars work perfectly. Avoid plastic containers, which can leach chemicals and allow moisture penetration. Storage conditions. Keep your blended formula in a cool, dark, dry location, a cupboard away from the stove, not near windows or heat sources. Moisture is the primary enemy of dried herbs, causing mold growth and degradation. Temperature. Room temperature, 60-75 degrees is ideal. Avoid refrigeration, which can introduce moisture when the jar is opened and closed. Light. Darkness preserves the beneficial compounds that break down under light exposure. Shelf life. Properly stored blended formula maintains good potency for 2-3 months at peak freshness, up to 6 months with acceptable potency. Beyond 6 months, quality and potency decline significantly. For this reason, prepare smaller batches enough for 2-4 weeks at a time rather than massive quantities. This ensures you're always using relatively fresh formula. Quality check. Before each use, briefly inspect your blend. Aroma should remain strong and pleasant. Color should retain vibrancy. Darkening is normal, but not browning or fading to tan. No musty, moldy, or off odors. No visible moisture, clumping, or mold spots. If any quality issues appear, discard the blend and prepare fresh. Don't compromise with degraded herbs. The healing benefits you seek require quality ingredients. Individual leaf storage. Store your individual dried leaves in separate airtight containers using the same principles. This allows you to create fresh blends regularly and adjust proportions easily. Well-stored individual leaves maintain potency for tea leaves, 6-12 months, Bodhi, Tulsi, lotus, guava, mulberry, 6-12 months, neem, 6-12 months. Purchase quantities you'll use within these timeframes rather than excessive amounts that will degrade. Labeling. Label each container with contents and proportions, date blended, any notes about its intended use, daily, cleansing, seasonal, etc. This prevents confusion and helps you track what works best for you. The sacred practice. Remember that creating your blend is itself a meditative practice. As you measure and combine these 7 sacred leaves, do so mindfully. Some practitioners offer a brief prayer or intention, thanking each plant for its gifts and setting an intention that the formula will support health and awakening, not just for themselves but for all beings. This attitude of gratitude and intention transforms formula preparation from mere mixing into a spiritual practice that enhances the healing properties through the quality of attention and reverence you bring to the process. With these guidelines, you now possess the complete knowledge to create, customize, and maintain your 7-leaf longevity formula, the culmination of centuries of Buddhist monastic wisdom, now available to support your own journey toward health, vitality, and long life. Modern science meets ancient wisdom. One of the most remarkable developments of our time is the convergence of ancient healing wisdom and cutting-edge scientific research. What Buddhist monks knew intuitively through centuries of careful observation and practice, modern science is now validating with sophisticated laboratory techniques, clinical trials, and molecular biology. This meeting of ancient and modern isn't just intellectually fascinating, it gives us confidence that these traditional practices offer genuine, measurable benefits for longevity and health. Recent research validating traditional practices. The past 2 decades have witnessed an explosion of scientific research into traditional medicinal plants, and the 7 leaves we've explored are among the most extensively studied. Major universities, research hospitals, and pharmaceutical companies worldwide are investigating these plants, seeking to understand exactly how and why they work. What's emerging is remarkable validation. Study after study confirms that these leaves contain bioactive compounds with potent therapeutic effects. The National Institutes of Health's PubMed database now contains thousands of peer-reviewed studies on these plants, documenting benefits that align precisely with traditional uses dating back millennia. For instance, research published in journals like The Lancet Nature and the Journal of the American Medical Association has explored how compounds in tea leaves, particularly EGCG, affect cellular aging. Studies on populations with high tea consumption, such as in Japan's Okinawa, a blue zone where people routinely live past 100, show significantly lower rates of age-related diseases and longer average lifespans. Similarly, research on Tulsi's adaptogenic properties has validated the traditional understanding that certain plants help the body adapt to stress. Clinical trials demonstrate measurable reductions in cortisol levels, improved stress resilience, and better overall health outcomes in people consuming Tulsi regularly. The traditional practice of combining multiple herbs, what we've done with our 7-leaf formulas, also receiving scientific attention. Researchers are discovering that phytochemical combinations often produce synergistic effects, where the combined impact exceeds what individual compounds could achieve alone. This validates the holistic approach of traditional medicine systems that Buddhist monks practiced intuitively. Antioxidants and longevity. Perhaps no area of research has more profoundly validated traditional plant medicine than the study of antioxidants and their role in longevity. All 7 of our sacred leaves are exceptionally rich in antioxidant compounds, polyphenols, flavonoids, catechins, and numerous other phytochemicals that protect cells from oxidative damage. Oxidative stress, the accumulation of free radicals that damage cellular componensis, now recognized as a fundamental mechanism of aging. Free radicals damage DNA, proteins, and lipid membranes, accelerating cellular aging and contributing to virtually all age-related diseases: cancer, cardiovascular disease, neurodegeneration, diabetes, and more. The antioxidants in our 7 leaves neutralize these free radicals before they can cause damage. Research shows that people with higher dietary antioxidant intake have lower rates of age-related disease and longer lifespans. A groundbreaking study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that antioxidant-rich diets were associated with up to 30% reduction in mortality from all causes. What makes our 7 leaves particularly powerful is not just the quantity of antioxidants they contain, but the diversity. Each leaf provides different types of antioxidants that work through different mechanisms, creating comprehensive cellular protection. Tea leaves provide catechins, mulberry offers resveratrol-like compounds, neem contains nimbidin and nimbin, lotus provides nuciferin, together creating a broad-spectrum antioxidant shield. Modern longevity research increasingly focuses on what scientists call health span, not just living longer, but living longer in good health. The antioxidants in these leaves support exactly this goal, protecting against the cellular damage that causes both aging and the diseases that diminish quality of life. Anti-inflammatory properties alongside oxidative stress. Chronic inflammation has emerged as perhaps the most significant factor in aging and age-related disease. Scientists now understand that low-grade, persistent inflammation called inflammaging underlies most conditions that shorten lifespan: heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, arthritis, and autoimmune disorders. Research published in journals like Cell and Nature Medicine has demonstrated that reducing chronic inflammation can extend both lifespan and health span significantly. This is where our 7 leaves shine with particular brilliance. Each of the 7 leaves contains potent anti-inflammatory compounds that work through multiple pathways: Tulsi's ursolic acid, lotus leaf's flavonoids, neem's nimbidin, guava's quercetin, mulberry's anthocyanin sal have been shown in research to reduce inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha. A fascinating study from Harvard Medical School found that regular consumption of anti-inflammatory plants was associated with reduced biological age measured through biomarkers. People consuming these plants regularly had biological ages several years younger than their chronological ages. The anti-inflammatory effects aren't limited to one system, they're systemic, reducing inflammation in blood vessels, joints, the brain, digestive tract, and throughout the body. This comprehensive anti-inflammatory action is why traditional practitioners considered these plants to be longevity tonics rather than treatments for specific diseases. Cellular health and autophagy. One of the most exciting frontiers in longevity science is the study of autophagy, the cellular self-cleaning process where cells break down and recycle damaged components. The 2016 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine was awarded for discovering the mechanisms of autophagy, highlighting its fundamental importance. Autophagy declines with age, leading to accumulation of cellular debris, damaged proteins, and dysfunctional organelles contributing to aging and disease. Enhancing autophagy has been shown to extend lifespan in multiple species and protect against age-related diseases. Remarkably, compounds in several of our 7 leaves have been shown to stimulate autophagy. Research on EGCG from tea leaves, quercetin from guava leaves, and various compounds from neem and mulberry demonstrates autophagy enhancement. This cellular cleaning process may be one mechanism by which these leaves promote longevity. Additionally, research shows these leaves protect mitochondria, cellular powerhouses that produce energy. Mitochondrial dysfunction is a hallmark of aging, and the antioxidants and other compounds in our 7 leaves help maintain mitochondrial health, ensuring cells continue producing energy efficiently throughout life. Studies on cellular senescence, when cells stop dividing but don't die, instead secreting inflammatory compounds that damage surrounding tissues, how that compounds in these leaves may help clear senescent cells or prevent cells from becoming senescent, addressing another fundamental aging mechanism. Mind-body connection studies. Perhaps most fascinating is research validating what Buddhist practitioners always knew, that these plants affect not just the body but the mind, and that mental and physical health are inseparably connected. Neuroscience research demonstrates that several of our 7 leaves cross the blood-brain barrier, directly affecting brain chemistry and function. L-theanine from tea leaves, for instance, has been extensively studied for its effects on brainwave patterns, promoting the alpha waves associated with relaxed alertness, the ideal state for meditation. Studies using functional MRI brain imaging show that compounds in tulsi and bodhi leaves affect brain regions involved in stress response, emotional regulation, and mood. Regular consumption is associated with improved resilience to stress, reduced anxiety and depression, and enhanced overall psychological well-being. The field of psychoneuroimmunology, studying connections between psychology, nervous system, and immune function, provides scientific framework for understanding how these leaves work holistically. Research shows that reducing psychological stress through adaptogens like tulsi simultaneously improves immune function, reduces inflammation, and supports cardiovascular health. Studies on meditation practitioners who also consume traditional plant medicines show synergistic benefits, the combination producing greater improvements in biomarkers of aging, stress, and disease risk than either practice alone. This scientific validation of the mind-body connection that Buddhist medicine always recognized is perhaps the most profound vindication of traditional wisdom. Modern research confirms that true longevity requires addressing the whole person, body, mind, and the intricate connections between them, exactly as these ancient practices have done for millennia. The convergence of ancient wisdom and modern science gives us the best of both worlds, time-tested practices refined through centuries of use, now validated and illuminated by scientific understanding that helps us use them even more effectively on our journey toward long, healthy, awakened lives. We've reached the end of our journey together through the 7 sacred leaves of Buddhist longevity wisdom, but in many ways this is just the beginning. You now possess knowledge that has been carefully preserved and passed down through countless generations of monks, healers, and practitioners' wisdom that has supported human health and longevity for thousands of years. Let's briefly recall the 7 treasures we've explored. Tea leaves, the foundation of mindful alertness, rich in antioxidants, and L-theanine, supporting brain health and metabolic function while creating the perfect state for meditation and daily clarity. Bodhi leaves, the sacred symbol of enlightenment itself, offering cardiovascular support, blood pressure regulation, and the calming clarity that opens pathways to deeper awareness. Holy basil or tulsi, incomparable adaptogen, strengthening our resilience to stress, fortifying immunity, and helping us maintain equanimity amidst life's inevitable challenges. Lotus leaves, the embodiment of purity, rising from mud, cooling inflammation, supporting metabolic health, and reminding us that we can remain clean despite being surrounded by impurity. Guava leaves, the guardian of vital energy, regulating blood sugar, protecting digestive health, and providing broad-spectrum antimicrobial protection. Mulberry leaves, the silkworm's secret, carrying the promise of transformation, managing glucose, protecting vision and cognitive function, and supporting the metamorphosis we seek in our own lives. Neem leaves, the supreme purifier, cleansing deeply on every level, protecting against pathogens, and embodying the understanding that sometimes bitter medicine brings the sweetest healing. Together, these 7 leaves create a complete system for longevity, addressing cardiovascular health, metabolic function, immune strength, detoxification, inflammation reduction, stress resilience, and mental clarity. They work synergistically, each enhancing the others, creating benefits far greater than any could provide alone. First steps for beginners. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all this information, that's completely natural. The beauty of this practice is that you don't have to do everything at once. Start simply and build gradually. Week 1. Begin with just 1 leaf. Tea leaves are ideal as they're familiar, pleasant tasting, and widely available. Prepare 1 cup daily, drinking it mindfully. Notice how it makes you feel. This single practice already begins shifting your health in a positive direction. Week 2. Add a 2nd leaf, perhaps tulsi or guava, both relatively easy to find and pleasant to drink. You can prepare them separately or begin combining them. Continue observing your body's response. Week 3. Add 1 or 2 more leaves, gradually building toward the complete formula. There's no rush. This gradual approach allows your body to adjust and helps you understand how each leaf affects you personally. Month 2. Work toward creating your first complete 7-leaf blend using the foundation formula we discussed. Start with small batches, adjusting proportions based on your experience and preferences. Months 3 and beyond. Refine your personal formula, experiment with seasonal variations, and establish this practice as a sustainable part of your daily routine. Remember, consistency matters more than perfection. Drinking a simple 2 or 3 leaf combination daily provides far more benefit than occasionally preparing the perfect 7-leaf formula. Meet yourself where you are and grow from there. Building sustainable practice. For this ancient wisdom to truly transform your life, it must become a sustainable daily practice, not a temporary experiment. Here's how to make that happen. Make it easy. Keep your leaf blends prepared and ready. Store them in visible, accessible locations. The easier the practice, the more likely you'll maintain it. Create ritual. Don't just gulp down your tea while distracted. Make preparation and consumption a brief daily ceremonial moment of mindfulness and self-care that nourishes both body and spirit. Track your experience. Keep a simple journal noting how you feel, changes you notice, and adjustments you make. This creates feedback that keeps you engaged and motivated. Be patient. Traditional medicine works differently than pharmaceutical drugs. You're not suppressing symptoms, but supporting your body's innate healing intelligence. Benefits accumulate over weeks and months, becoming more profound with time. Join community. Practice is easier when shared. Connect with others interested in traditional wellness. Share experiences, recipes, and encouragement. Stay curious. Continue learning about these plants, traditional medicine, and the intersection of ancient wisdom and modern science. Curiosity sustains engagement. If you found value in this video, please take a moment right now to click the like button and subscribe to our Wisdom Diaries channel. Your support isn't just appreciated, it's essential. It allows us to continue creating comprehensive, well-researched content that bridges ancient wisdom and modern life, bringing you practical knowledge that can genuinely transform your health and well-being. By subscribing, you join a growing community of individuals committed to natural health, longevity, and living with intention and wisdom. You'll receive notifications about new videos exploring traditional practices, ancient remedies, and time-tested wisdom that remains profoundly relevant for modern life. We're not just sharing information, we're preserving and transmitting wisdom that has supported human flourishing for millennia. Every subscription helps ensure this knowledge continues reaching people who can benefit from it, creating ripples of health and awareness that extend far beyond any individual. Hit that subscribe button now and make sure to click the notification bell so you never miss our new releases. Together, we're building a community dedicated to reclaiming ancient wisdom for modern wellness. As we close, I want to leave you with a traditional Buddhist blessing that monks would offer when sharing healing knowledge. May these 7 sacred leaves support your health and vitality. May they help you maintain the physical strength and mental clarity needed for spiritual practice and fulfilling your life's purpose. May they contribute to your longevity, not merely for the sake of more years, but for the opportunity to continue growing in wisdom, compassion, and service to all beings. Remember the profound teaching embedded in these plants. Just as leaves collect sunlight and transform it into life-sustaining energy, may you collect wisdom and transform it into a life of health, purpose, and awakening. Just as these 7 leaves work synergistically to create benefits greater than any single leaf could provide, may you recognize your interconnection with all beings and contribute your unique gifts to the collective well-being. The path to longevity is not found in fighting against aging, but in living in harmony with nature's rhythms and wisdom. These 7 leaves are gifts from the earth, refined through centuries of human experience, now offered to you. Receive them with gratitude, use them with wisdom, and may they serve you well on your journey. The ancient masters taught that the best medicine prevents disease before it arises, and the greatest wisdom is that which can be practiced daily in simple ways. You now have both medicine that prevents and wisdom that guides. The rest is up to you. Start today. Prepare your first cup of tea mindfully. Begin this journey of 1,000 miles with a single sip. Your future self healthy, vital, and clear Mindidis already thanking you for the commitment you make today. May you enjoy long life, radiant health, peaceful mind, and the wisdom to use your years well. Until we meet again in the next video, take care of yourself, be kind to others, and remember the path to a longer, healthier life is found in the simple wisdom nature has provided, waiting patiently for us to remember what our ancestors knew all along. Thank you for joining us on this journey through ancient Buddhist wisdom. Now go forth and put this knowledge into practice. Your transformation begins today.